judge use the injection as a way to... Is anybody going to pretend like this isn't completely orchestrated? Or at the very least, and then you'll hear what he says, that this judge is so hyped up with the same thing everybody else is, that he believes he's doing his part, which is what he says. Do you realize how unprecedentedly off... I mean, how in the world does a judge think he has this power? He doesn't, by the way. But this is the crazy world we're stepping into, where they've all decided that vaccines are just the best thing in the world. Why wouldn't you want one? And if you think otherwise, you're a crazy madman. Even the judge can tell you to do it because it's all in the best interest. This is what it looks like to have such a broken society, to have such a socially engineered, propagandized society, that this happens, people are breaking. This is a scary, scary step. That if we can have it handed down by a judge.
Tells me he started using the COVID-19 vaccine as a term of probation in his courtroom last week, but not for everyone. He ordered it 3 times out of 20 different sentencing hearings. I did talk to one of those 3 offenders today, and he tells me he feels very strongly about this and feels that this order violates his civil rights. 1 week to the day. Franklin County criminal offender Sylvan Latham tells me he stood before common pleas court judge Richard Fromm.
I know Judge Fry's reputation. I know he's known for giving people max time, jail time, all that. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to have 5 years probation.
Latham thought his attorney struck a deal with prosecutors to 3 years of probation. But during his sentencing hearing,
I was stressed out right then. I didn't know what to do. I was very much so put her on the spot.
Latham said the judge told him he'd give him the 5-year max unless he got a COVID-19 vaccine.
Wow.
With the shot, Latham said his probation would be cut down considerably to just 1 year.
I'm shaking at this point. Like, I don't really like where this is going.
So ask yourself this, guys. And in no way, the last thing I'm going to be concerned about is a drug and gun charge. Just my personal stand. I don't know why this is something we'd be focusing on unless it was done in. Well, again, let's put that aside. The point is, the context is gun and drug. I'm a big bad criminal, right? That's what our society is. They're the bad guys, right? Let's put them in jail for cannabis charges. Get out at that point. There's a lot of cannabis charges being arrested in our prison system for cannabis charges. Despite something they want to lie about it, they know about. There's a lot. As you can see, look it up right now. It's overrun with non-violent marijuana charges. It's disgusting. What we're told is take that dangerous criminal, right? But get this injection and you can go out and good, right? You're going to go to jail for 5 years. Or you can get this injection and we'll let this dangerous criminal go right out in the streets and go back to life. Now, I'm not saying he's a dangerous criminal. My point is that's what they are making it out to be. But it's then okay to be a dangerous criminal as long as you get the injection? I mean, there's no way any of this makes sense. Unless you realize that they are wildly desperate to get this in everybody possible. They are sacrificing everything. They're as even RFK Jr. pointed out. All this conviction about our history, gone immediately the moment they need this in your arm. Gone. Who cares about experimentation? Who cares about everything we swore was the most important virtues of our life? Who cares? Injection comes out, all of it goes to the side. Oh, you're a criminal? Who cares? Take the shot and you're good. By the way, didn't we already see this in prisons where they said, oh, come here, criminals, take this injection and we'll let you out early, right? There is an alarming precedent being set here. Not just that this is happening, but that the judge feels he has the right to do this, and the fact that they are coercing, even through criminal action, medical intervention. This is one of the most alarming steps I have seen thus far, and this is not going to stop until we stop it. Judges are just people. This guy has clearly forgotten what he's there for, or he never cared in the beginning. To uphold the Constitution. He clearly doesn't care, or never cared to begin with. And that is what we need to point out. I do believe there's probably judges in some degree, because you see certain rulings that go certain ways. I'd like to believe that some of them will still try to fight for the Constitution unless it's completely all broken, which is certainly possible. But we as the individuals have the power, or so they tell us. So at the very least, we need to try to stop something like this from happening.
Now his terms of probation state he must get the shot in the next 30 days and provide proof to the probation department.
So now you not only have a situation where he's being forced to take it, he has to verify that he did, which then isn't, so it's a thing of commits a crime. I mean, let's realize that people commit crimes, even ones they get sent to jail for sometimes, that are accidents, manslaughter, let's say. And yet then we're pretending like they have no constitutional rights? Obviously, that's crazy. But this is the world they've pushed us into, where they continually justify, rationalize one more slice down the line, one more thing you don't get to do because safety, because convenience. Oh, well, we're going to do this for you, but now you can't do that, right? It's one more step. Now they're happening every day, one more, because something is being rushed through. This needs to be a marker for us.
Your feature in his hands, do you feel that's an oversight?
I feel like it is an oversight, especially when he asked me what I did, and I said I really don't want to do.
I spoke with Judge Fry by phone. He tells me of the 3 cases in which he ordered COVID-19 vaccinations.
So it's happening more than this, right? This is not just one guy. This judge is taking it upon himself. Now listen to what he says about his reasoning.
None of the offenders said they had a religious or medical objection.
Now guess what? Did he even ask them? This guy doesn't care, right? He's already decided the objection is what's important. And so he'll just leave that out. He'll assume, well, you would tell them if you had one, right? People don't know what they're supposed to do. Look into this for yourself. This is being stated as a mandatory thing, or you get max sentence, and then they're supposed to go, but I have a medical exemption? Why would you even think that would change anything if he's coercively forcing this on you based on a crime? This guy doesn't care.
He said this is him doing his part to inch the community closer to herd immunity.
He said something about a new Delta.
Inch people closer to herd immunity. Oh, you mean with an injection that doesn't stop transmission during a time when the narrative is becoming that the Delta variant doesn't change that doesn't work anyway, right? This doesn't make sense other than get it in your arm because that's what we're supposed to do. The herd immunity nonsense they've been pushing is completely off the table based on all of the current facts. Well, even if that's even what was happening with this dangerous thing. The reality was, as I've shown you many times, I'm not going to jump into again today, is that the scientific research around this topic that they pretend to trust but aren't looking at has continually told you that the majority of people